We are starting the new section, Book 7, Canto 3, Section 120, 120. We have already seen Savitri's entry into the inner countries, how she meets the giant forces of life and the world, the inner worlds of mind. She is now going further deep into her soul's domain, and suddenly she finds something very noble, elevating, uplifting, happy, even joyous, that she would not mind staying there. She has come to that beautiful place where the inner gods, the occult gods, the messengers of the soul come and go. That is the place where Savitri is now reaching, and we have a very beautiful, very exquisite presentation in this particular section of those bright messengers of the soul. So she fared on across her silent self, across her silent self. She is moving forward like that. It is silent self, not the cosmic Atman, but her own inner spaces, spiritual spaces, through which now she is passing. So she fared on across her silent self. To a road she came, thronged with an ardent crowd, happy, joyous, zealous crowd there. To a road she came, thronged with an ardent crowd, who sped brilliant, fire-footed, sunlight-eyed, pressing to read the world's mysterious wall, and pass through masked doorways into outer mind, where the light comes not, nor the mystic voice. Messengers from our subliminal greatnesses, guests from the cavern of the secret soul. That is what Savitri is meeting. These brilliant, fire-footed, sunlight-eyed messengers. This is a different type of poetry also. Very gripping, very powerful, very iconic also. Full of images, full of power, full of rhythm. To a road she came, thronged with an ardent crowd. So it is not one person, two person, but a group of people up there with various qualities in them, who sped brilliant, fire-footed. Who are these people? Their feet are made of fire, not clay feet with which we walk. It is Agni, who himself is as if walking through that silent self of Savitri's inner world, who sped brilliant, fire-footed, sunlight-eyed. Their eyes are carrying the light of the sun, pressing to read the world's mysterious wall. And what are they doing? Their urge is to push things towards the wall which is separating the inner and the outer. They want to kind of cross to that and come out from the inner depths. pressing to read the world's mysterious wall and pass through master doorways into outer mind. The doorways are there and you have to cross them and come out into the world of outer mind. That is what they are striving. From the inner depths, they want to come out and bring their messages, bring their powers, bring their happinesses to this outer world. That is what they are striving at. Pressing to read the world's mysterious wall and pass through master doorways into outer mind, where this outer mind, what happens in your outer mind? Where the light comes not. Mind does not see the real light at all. It is into that world they were trying to come out and bring their light into the outer world, into the world of the outer mind, where the light comes not, nor the mystic voice. You don't hear the inner voice and go by its promptings only when you are deep in your soul spaces, that you can hear the Adesh, the command, the inner voice, the feeble voice, and then you are safe in your journey. Where the light comes not, nor the mystic voice. This line is almost Upanishadic. There the sun shines not, nor the stars are at moon, nor the moon is luster. Where the light comes not, nor the mystic voice, messengers from our subliminal greatnesses. They are the messengers, they are the dutas who bring messages. And where from they come? From our subliminal greatnesses. Guess from the cavern of the secret soul, from Hridaya Guha, they come out. From the cave of the heart, of the soul, they come out. Hridaya Guha. From there they come out and bring the messages of the inner world to us. But their light we don't see, their voice we don't hear. Where the light comes not, nor the mystic voice, messengers from our subliminal greatnesses, guess from the cavern of the sacred soul. Yes, they are the residents of the inner world, but they become guests when they come out. We have not made room for them to welcome them, for them to live here, to be a part of our life. Therefore they stay as guests. They bring messages, stay here for a while and go back to the world. Where the light comes not, nor the mystic voice, messengers from our subliminal, yes, subliminal, below the threshold of consciousness. We live in the outer consciousness. Below that outer consciousness threshold, borderline, are these people staying here. And from there they bring the messages. Messengers from our subliminal greatnesses. All our greatnesses are there, lying below the outer consciousness, in a kind of sushupti, in the inner sleep, and they reside there. And they bring promptings, they bring every kind of joy, happiness, power, light, love, sweetness. That is what these messengers bring to us. Secret soul from the cave, from the guha of the heart, Hridaya Guha, they come and bring all those beautiful things to us. From our subliminal greatnesses. What are our greatnesses of which we are not aware? Love, joy, sweetness, power, light, beauty, truth. These are the greatnesses which are residing below the threshold mind, below our threshold consciousness, and they have not been able to come up because we are so much encrusted with the outer world's promptings and doings and happenings. Guess from the cavern of the secret soul. This is a very beautiful passage, even in terms of poetry, and we can see how the poetry runs here. To a road she came, thronged with an ardent crowd. To a road, that is the first word. She came, second, thronged with an ardent crowd. It is Anapest, I am, Trochee, again, I am, I am. The variation brings a certain kind of a rhythmic greatness also. To a road she came, thronged with an ardent crowd, who sped, brilliant, who sped, and I am brilliant, tactile, 5-footed, Trochee, 5-footed, sun, I am, light-eyed, again I am. So the variation of the meter is very beautiful here again. Who sped, brilliant, a tactile gives another kind of a movement to the line. 5-footed, sun, light-eyed. That's the way it's pronounced. Pressing, it starts with the Trochee. Pressing to reach the world's mysterious wall. So we have got Trochee, am, again, an am, and Anapest. And pass through masked doorways into out mind. That is the rhythm. And pass, an am, through masked, an am, doorways is a Trochee, into a Trochee. I am Trochee. Out mind, critic, long, short, long. And pass through masked doorways into out mind, where the light comes not, nor the mystic voice, where it is almost a Trochee, almost a Pyrrhic, but it's kind of a Trochee also. Where the light comes as spondy, not nor, Pyrrhic again, the mystic I am, voice and I am. Messengers from, I am Trochee, our subliminal, Anapest, great Anapest and Pyrrhic. Messengers from our subliminal greatnesses, guests from Trochee. The caves and cavern of, from the cavern of, again a Trochee. Sorry, the name Pyrrhic. The secret soul, I am. That is how the meter runs with such variation. Savitri is essentially a pentametric composition, but it is not necessarily throughout iambic. That would have made it very dull and monotonous. But the variation of the feet is something which gives another kind of a flow and sweetness and charm and gripping voice to the utterance itself. To a road she came, thronged with an ardent crowd, who sped brilliant, 5-footed, sunlight-eyed, pressing to reach the world's mysterious wall, and pass through masked doorways into outer mind, where the light comes, not nor the mystic voice, messengers from our subliminal greatnesses, guests from the cavern of the secret soul. Into dim spiritual somnolence, daybreak, the spiritual sleep, sushupti. It is into that sleep they walk in the inner country, in the inner world. Into dim spiritual somnolence, daybreak, or shed wide wonder on our waking self. Either they break into the somnolence of this inner world, or they bring wonders to the waking self, or shed wide wonder on our waking self, Jagrata. They walk in there. Ideas, and who are these messengers? Ideas that haunt us with their radiant tread, dreams that are hints of unborn reality, strange goddesses with deep-pooled magical eyes, strong wind-haired gods carrying hearts of hope, great moon-hued visions gliding through gold air, aspirations and dreams, head and star-carved limb, emotions making common hearts sublime. This is what they are, these messengers. Who are these messengers? They are ideas, they are dreams, they are strange goddesses, they are wind-haired gods, Gandharvas, with their maids flying into the air, wind-haired gods, moon-hued visions. The visions are moon-hued, of the color of the moon, visions. Sun dream, head, their head is the dream of the sun itself. Star-carved limbs, as if the limbs have been carved with stars. And emotions. These are the type of messengers whom Savitri is meeting. Idea that haunt us with a radiant tread, dreams that are hints of unborn reality. They come and walk into the sleep and bring the hints of the reality which could take birth here. Strange goddesses with deep-pooled magical eyes, strong-haired, strong wind-haired gods carrying hearts of hope. Yes, these gods are singers, musicians, Gandharvas, and they are carrying hearts of what? Of hope, of expectation, of something good that could happen to this world of ours. Strong wind-haired gods carrying hearts of hope, great moon-hued visions. Soma, it is in that phase that coming here, gliding through gold air, aspirations, sun dream hat and star-carved limbs, emotions making common hearts sublime. So even the common person, common individual who has little sensitivity, some perception, it is that which can lift up if you can receive them. And Savitri mingling in that glorious crowd. Yes, she is happy in the company of these messengers, of these gods, these goddesses, these occult powers who are coming across her. And Savitri mingling in that glorious crowd, yearning to the spiritual light they bore. Yes, she is desirous of possessing the light which they are bringing, which they are carrying with them. Long wants to hasten like them to save God's world. What are they here for, these messengers? Their concern is to save this world of God's, which is trapped, which is caught, which is seized in calamitous circumstances of death and ignorance and misery and suffering and pain. It is that which they want to save. And Savitri also wishes to do the same thing. Yes, let me also be a part of these people, of this crowd, and save this suffering, miserable world, this anityam, nasukam, jagat, it is which is there, transient and sorrowful world which is there. Let me see if I can save them. That is what Savitri is also yearning in the company of these gods. But she reined back the high passion in her heart. She would have liked to be a part of these people, of these messengers, of these gods and goddesses, these occult presences in the depth of her soul. She would like to be one of them and try to save God's world, sing on the harps of hope the possibilities that await for the man's soul. She would have liked to do that kind of a thing, but Savitri has other things to do, something more than what these gods and goddesses can do. That is not sufficient for her soul. And there is something in her which prompts Savitri, you have not come for that here. It is not that what you would seek. Your task is different. Your task is not to save God's world. Your task is to build a new world here by removing death and ignorance. That is your task. It is that task which these messengers, these occult gods cannot do. Your task is of a different type altogether. Therefore, something tells in her soul that Savitri, you have to move on. The first thing which you have to do is find your soul and then go by what it guides you to do. But she reined back the high passion in her heart. She knew that first she must discover her soul. Only when the soul is discovered, then alone she can save the world, God's world. It is more than saving the world, this world, this God's world. Only who save themselves can others save. What else can you do? If you are not able to save yourself, how can you save others? You cannot save others. Now this is a deep comment in a different sense also. Christ could not save himself. He was put on the cross and people were deriding it. He's talking about saving the world. He cannot save himself. If he cannot save himself, how can he save others? Yes, Savitri has to go beyond that mission which Christ came to fulfill. He brought the message of love and joy to this world. But more than the message of love and joy, she has to go forward, further, beyond that. And first, she must remove the darkness that is there in and around the soul of man. When that is done, then only possibly we can save the world. Only who save themselves can others save. In contrary sense, she faced lies, riddling the truth. On the one hand, here you have got these brilliant gods, and then you also have here the dark forces of life she just met while she was entering into this world. That's the contrary self she's seeing here. Riddling truth, that's the riddling truth, how these two opposites can exist here. In contrary sense, she faced life's riddling truth. They carrying the light to suffering men. True, these gods and goddesses, they are bringing light to the suffering man, this creature of this world. Hurried with eager feet to the outer world, her eyes were turned toward the eternal source. Yes, it is that alone who can save this world, can resolve the riddle of this world. It is the eternal source where the true solution can be found, and that can be found only when Savitri first discovers her soul. We are toward the end of the section, Canto 3. Savitri is meeting a happy and auspicious crowd who are very willing to guide her towards her soul. She wants to find her soul, and this throng of crowd will guide her how she should proceed on her journey. She addresses them as a happy company. Oh, happy company of luminous gods, reveal who know the road that I must tread. It is the happy company of luminous gods. These are the gods of the inner world, Savitri's inner world, the occult gods. They are not the overhead or the overmind gods, but the gods of the occult inner. Reveal who know the road that I must tread, for surely that bright quarter is your home. What does she want to know? She wants to know how to proceed on her journey. She wants to find out the birthplace of the occult fire and the dwelling house of her secret soul. For surely that bright quarter is your home. To find the birthplace of the occult fire and the deep mansion of my secret soul. What is the occult fire? It is the inner Agni in which the inner activities get formed, get carried out, get established. Fire is the giver of forms, and the fire which is there burning in her soul, it is that which will give form, shape to things of her soul. Therefore, she is in search of that occult fire, and behind that occult fire is the dwelling place of her secret soul. To find the birthplace of the occult fire and the deep mansion of my secret soul. This is the entreaty of Savitri. This is her request to these luminous gods, and she gets a very happy answer from one of them. She is given the guidance. One answered, pointing to a silence dim on a remote extremity of sleep, in some far background of the inner world, on the extremity of sleep, deep on the edge of prajna, consciousness, sleep, sushupti. It is in that sushupti she will find her secret soul on a remote extremity of sleep, beyond dream, beyond Jagrata. She is now in the world of Sushupti. Jagrata is over, Swapna is over. It is now the realm of Sushupti, and the extreme edge of this world will be the place where the inner fire will be burning, and then she will meet her secret soul. In some far background of the inner world, O Savitri, from thy hidden soul we come. So they themselves are the beings who dwell in her soul. They have come out of her soul and they are telling Savitri, Savitri, go like this, go like this, go like this, and you will meet your soul. O Savitri, from thy hidden soul we come. And who are we? We are the messengers, the occult gods of her soul, the messengers, the occult gods, who help man's drab and heavy ignorant lives. We are the ones who help man on the discovery of his soul, who help man's drab and heavy ignorant life to wake to beauty and the wonder of things. That is our task, to make man awake to the wonder of things, to give him the sight, the eyes to see beauty, to wake the beauty and the wonder of things, touching them with glory and divinity. That is our task. We are messengers at the same time. This is what we accomplish. Touching them with glory and divinity. In evil will light the deathless flame of good, and hold the torch of knowledge on ignorant roads. We take man on this world of ignorance towards his destiny, towards his bright goal, and hold the torch of knowledge on ignorant roads. We are the will, and all men's will towards light. That is what we do here. Yes, our will is your will, and our purpose is to take that light, that will, towards light. O human copy and disguise of God. That is the perfect description of Savitri. Who is Savitri? Yes, who is Savitri? They tell her, you are yourself one who is God in this disguise. He has taken this shape, human shape. You are a copy of that form of God in the human shape. Your reality is what is housed here in the human form. O human copy and disguise of God, who seeks thy deity, thou givest a head. That is what the human is supposed to do. He is supposed to discover the deity who resides hid deep within him, hidden within him. He has to discover that thing. Savitri herself is the divine goddess in the human form, and it is she now who is discovering in the human form her true soul, true divinity. And livest by the truth thou hast not known. Follow the world's winding highway to its source. This is the highway which keeps on winding up towards its source. Savitri's Jivatma. That is the source from which she has come. By following that, you will reach it. And livest by the truth thou hast not known. Yes, you are living here by the truth. You are guided by the truth. Your actions are carried out by the truth. You are not aware of it because you have accepted the human condition. And it is that human condition that you are discovering, attempting to discover, find out. You are in search of your true reality. In the human form, you are on the path of discovering your true reality. Follow the world's winding highway to its source. Then, in the silence, few ever have reached. People come, they make attempt, they go deep in, but maybe very few of them, maybe 10 in 1,000, maybe 1 in 100, who can find the inner soul. Follow the world's winding highway to its source. There in the silence, few have ever reached. Thou shalt see the fire burning on the bare stone, on the base of matter, on the physical base. That is the Yajna Kunda, on which you will see the bricks are laid, and on those bricks of the Yajna Kunda you see the fire burning there. Thou shalt see the fire burning on the bare stone and the deep cavern of thy secret soul. There you will see the guha in which lives the cave, the guha, the cavern in which lives your soul. Thou shalt see the fire burning on the bare stone and the deep cavern of thy secret soul. Then Savitri followed the great winding road. She got the instructions. She knows now how to proceed, and she is following exactly what was told to her. Then Savitri followed the great winding road, came where it dwindled into a narrow path. It is winding it up and forming a small narrow path, trod only by rare, wounded pilgrim feet. Only those who are brave, those who are having the intense aspiration in their soul, those who have made life that as their pursuit, they have felt the anguish, the troubles, the misery, the difficulties of this world. They have wounded feet, and very few of them have been able to follow that road, trod only by rare, wounded pilgrim feet. The moment Savitri starts moving along that winding highway, dwindling into a narrow path, a few forms appear in front of her. A few bright forms emerge from unknown depths, from the unknown depths of her soul. Suddenly she sees receiving her a few forms and looked at her with calm, immortal eyes. The forms, the happy gods of the inner world, coming from the depths of her soul, they sort of welcome Savitri, and with their immortal eyes looked into her eyes. A few bright forms emerged from unknown depths and looked at her with calm, immortal eyes. There was no sign to break the brooding hush. It was complete silence. Shanta, Shivam also. Shantam, which is Shivam also. It is that which pervaded the whole place. There was no sound to break the brooding hush. One felt the silent nearness of the soul. Savitri at once had the perception, had the feeling that yes, very close to this place now is the dwelling place of her soul. She has come very close there now. But in the meanwhile, she will meet these few bright forms. Her Swabhava, her gunas of the soul's guna of Savitri, it is them she is going to meet, her characters which mold her human working. She is going to meet them and they are going to tell a few things to Savitri before she really finds her soul. A few bright forms emerged from unknown depths and looked at her with calm, immortal eyes. There was no sign to break the brooding hush. There was no sound to break the brooding hush. One felt the silent nearness of the soul. One felt the silent nearness of the soul. It is Savitri who is coming closer to her soul, but in the process, one who is responsive, who is perceptive to things, who has that inner sense of things, he also feels that, yes, I am now coming very close to my soul. My soul will dwell here. Savitri discovering her soul is in a way contagious, that if we are in a position to respond to these things, we would also discover our soul. Therefore one felt the silent nearness of the soul.